The Ehlers-Danlos Society has assembled a group of what we're calling centers and networks of excellence to provide expert care for people living with EDS and HSD. Hi, my name is Dr. Clair and this is my YouTube channel where we talk about all things related to Ehlers-Danlos syndromes and the hypermobility spectrum disorders. Today I'd like to talk to you about living with a chronic illness and the fact that it's just hard. It's hard to have pain. It's hard to live with chronic fatigue. It's hard to live with brain fog. And sometimes people who are living with all the complications related to EDS and HSD can just feel like it's completely overwhelming and it's really difficult. And what I'm here to tell you today is that you are not alone, that there are resources out there that can help in navigating the complex landscape that is EDS and HSD. What I'm going to do today is talk about some of those resources that are available and how you can find them and how they can help you live with the complex disorders that are EDS and HSD. So first, I'd like to direct you to the website for the Ehlers-Danlos Society. This is Ehlers-Danlos.com, and you will be amazed at the number of resources that are available for you there. The Ehlers-Danlos Society has a helpline you can call. There are virtual support groups, and there's information about local support groups and local charities. You can put in what you're looking for and the geographic area you're looking for it, and the search engine will find local support groups for you. There is also a health professionals directory at the Ehlers-Danlos Society website. So whatever the type of health professional you're looking for, you put in the geographic area where you are, and the directory can help you find that resource. We also have a program called Centers and Networks of Excellence. This is a really exciting program that just got started last year with the support from the Brune-Morris Family Foundation and the Indiana University Health Foundation. So in partnership with these organizations, the Ehlers-Danlos Society has assembled a group of what we're calling centers and networks of excellence to provide expert care for people living with EDS and HSD. And this is a growing program. We've now had 3 rounds where people can apply to be members of the centers and networks of excellence. And you can see all the current centers and networks of excellence on the Ehlers-Danlos Society web page. Another resource that's available to you and to your healthcare providers is the ECHO program sponsored by the Ehlers-Danlos Society. The Ehlers-Danlos Society started the EDS ECHO program 5 years ago, and since that time, over 1,000 healthcare professionals have learned about diagnosing EDS and managing EDS. The EDS ECHO program has grown tremendously. There are a wide range of different ECHO programs now available. And if your healthcare professional is interested in learning more about Ehlers-Danlos syndromes and hypermobility spectrum disorders, the EDS ECHO programs are a really good place to start, and they can be found at the Ehlers-Danlos Society webpage as well. There are a large number of other professionals who are providing information out on the internet, and this is freely available for you. So Dr. Leslie Russek is an expert physical therapist. She's at Clarkson University in upstate New York. And Leslie runs a program that she calls Hypermobility 101. And there are a large number of videos, resources, handouts, all kinds of information available on Dr. Russek's website. And in addition, she does a Zoom class every Friday at noon where people can log on, and she'll be talking about one aspect or another of living with EDS and HSD. There's another website called EDS Awareness. If you Google EDS Awareness, it'll take you to a URL that's www.chronicpainpartners.com. And this website has a large number of videos, interviews, all kinds of information there about living with EDS and HSD. Another podcast that I'd like to recommend to you is run by Dr. Linda Bluestein. It's called the Bendy Bodies podcast, and Dr. Bluestein interviews experts related to EDS and HSD, and there is a huge amount of information available on those podcasts, and I recommend them to you highly. Another colleague, Dr. Eileen Ruhoy, is a neurologist who specializes in the neurology of complex disorders, and she and her colleague, Dr. Kaufman, have been doing a podcast called Unraveled: Understanding Complex Illness. So this is another place that you can go where there is a tremendous amount of information specifically related to the neurology of complex disorders, and specifically EDS and HSD. And finally, I'd like to give a shout out to the Bobby Jones, Chiari, and Syringomyelia Foundation. Their website is bobbyjonescsf.org. And Dorothy Poppy, who is the director of this organization, has been working tirelessly over many, many years to provide educational opportunities regarding not only Chiari and Syringomyelia, but pretty much every aspect of the Ehlers-Danlos syndromes and hypermobility spectrum disorders. And if you go to the Bobby Jones CSF Foundation website, you will find a video library going back many, many years with lectures related to many, many aspects of EDS and HSD. So it's very, very heavy on the neurology, things like Chiari, craniocervical instability, Syringomyelia, tethered cord, but there are also lectures there about the hereditary disorders of connective tissue in general, and mast cell activation, chronic fatigue, you name it. It is probably going to be represented among this very, very extensive video library of the Bobby Jones CSF Foundation. Finally, there are quite a few books out there. My colleagues, Dr. Alan Hakim, Fraser Henderson, Lansdale Henderson, and I published a book just this year called Symptomatic, which is a case-based handbook on the Ehlers-Danlos syndromes and hypermobility spectrum disorders. There's a book called Disjointed, which also has a lot of tremendous information about EDS and HSD. And Dr. Brad Tinkle's book on hypermobility, the Hypermobility Handbook, is another resource that I can recommend to you. Bottom line, there are many, many resources out there for your information. You are definitely not alone. Please reach out to the Ehlers-Danlos Society. Take a look at all the materials that are available on these various websites and podcasts. Just to conclude, I'm Dr. Clair Francomano, and thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again soon.